Hello and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac with Wapco Part 2. This is continuing right off of our last episode with the mob rush room here. If you already have a bit of a grasp for the Binding of Isaac, you probably don't need to watch the first episode. You're probably just about to enjoy. But if you don't, you want to learn something, go to the first. One of the first things I ran into on this floor was a chest in the middle of all these rock things, and I got Goat Head, which is, again, a very valuable item. It gives you a double deal regardless of if you've lost HP on that floor or not. So it's very valuable because double deal items are some of the most powerful in the game. That angel deal, and then like other basics like 2020. Get a double deal up here. Harbingers aren't something that I'm really interested in, but Pentagram is absolutely something I'll take because it's extra damage. I get Leviathan, which gives you 2 extra soul hearts, I believe, or black hearts, and it lets you fly. Flying is very useful for many reasons, obviously. Continuing on here, I go into this room and I get to fight a little greed. As you may recall from last episode, we already had a Steam sale, so it was quite surprising when we rolled into a second Steam sale, but I was totally fine with it. Fighting in this room, this guy blew off and blew open a secret room, and you never believe it. I have 3 Steam sales in one run. I have never had that. And one run, as in, I haven't even done a victory lap yet, so very strange. First bomb goes off to hit the Fallen. Second pair of Fallen aren't really much of a contender for my large barrage of tears. Satan himself here is running out of options, so he says, I'm going to come down here and put my big boots back on, and even that isn't very much when it comes down to the Maw, the Void, and Brimstone. These 2 items are extremely carry-worthy. I go down 1 more level. Just as another example of why PhD is so useful, I'll show you here. I start with Telepills. I get a I Can See Forever pill, Puberty, which is useless, Range Up, Pretty Fly, and myself another luck up. So that's just from those 4 little containers there. And, I mean, those are some stats up that you can really use to your advantage. Get a little chest here, and I think that was Mr. Mega, and I changed it into Little Haunt. I don't really know. Mr. Mega probably would have been fine. I get myself another secret room on this floor. Nothing really out of those dudes, but this is the real benefit of I Can See Forever. And if you thought my luck was nuts, and you know Isaac, you'll know how nuts it is right now. Like, one of the best all stats up in the top right corner there, popped up out of me blowing up a mushroom. Not only that, I get another mushroom upgrade, Mini Mush. So I get Fun Guy, which I think gives me an extra red heart. It's useful. Ragman, which is notoriously one of the most annoying bosses. Crystal Ball, which will reveal the whole map and drop 1 item, gives me a moon card. I re-roll the Crystal Ball and get Black Bean. Black Bean is something that's also, it's not really necessary. Basically, Black Bean, if you get touched, you'll fart and the people will take poison damage. This is the Lamb, which is the final boss if you decide to go down to Shoal in the Dark Room. It's really quite a simple fight. I mean, Blue Baby, Isaac, even harder. So we're going to do a victory lap here. Victory lap resets you to level 1, but it keeps most of your items. So here I didn't really lose too much. I don't actually know what I lost. I might have just lost a Steam sale. But let's move on. The next item up was the Pact, which is a damage up, and I believe Tears is up as well. Always good to see you, the Pact. Heading on into the story, this is what happens when you have a double Steam sale. Everything's just free. There's Terra Cloth, the item on the far left. We've already used that before, so I went ahead and I did something risky, but it turned out to be the most gangster thing ever, because I re-rolled it into Restock. Restock is invaluable. It's priceless. Like, you can't... It just makes it so the items in the store just keep respawning. The last thing you saw there, which was the Halo, that's a stats up as well. We got some damage and some range up. Went and picked up Panic equals power as well. The next floor, I had Curse of the Blind, which means you can't see which items you're going to pick up, which you have to keep in mind what loophole you're dealing with. So here, I trust most of the boss items, so I pick it up and it's HP. going to the double deal, and this double heart one, I wanted to go for it, but I didn't because I was really worried it was going to be Mum's Knife. Mum's Knife is one of my most favorite when I have a Brimstone run. Reroll these 2 items into 2 that would have been extremely fun, but they're also potential run killers. You have Wizard on the right, Wizard Hat, and then on the left is Ludovico. Both respectively very cool Brimstone synergies, but they could have potentially ruined things. Taking Synthol, which is a damage and range up, and I get Spun, which is when you collect 3 different syringes, you, I think you get a speed up or something. Book of Balau, which is a temporary damage up, but I don't end up using it. I do end up going to the store on this floor though, and this is where you will see restock and Steam Sale really start to take off. So I cycle through the first item until I find something I want. The battery, yes. The school bag, yes. Humbling bundle, yes. I just start basically taking everything that comes up. Beelzebub, that's another transformation that helps you fly, and I think spawns flies as well. Mum's Key, you saw us grab that last time. Mystery Gift is another cool item that, well, if you use it, it will spawn an item of whatever room you're in, that loot pool. So if you're in a boss room or an angel room, yeah, it will spawn, you know, the respected loot pool. I just basically sit here and just go through, and this is where Isaac starts to break, right? Because you pick up all these different items, basically every item you've ever unlocked if you sit here long enough, and the game just gets these synergies and it doesn't even know what to do. You make some mistakes, like one of the mistakes I make later on is I pick up an item that ruins everything I've kind of been building towards, and that's not till much later, probably part 3 or something like that. I say ruins, I'm still unstoppable, but it does slow down everything. So there you go, that's a little bit of a introduction to Breaking Isaac. I mean, our first store break was already something where we cycled through just one item at a time, but now you're seeing I'm just picking up free, and it doesn't stop. I would sit here and explain all these items, but the video would be 3.5 hours long most likely. So I'm just gonna stop it right here and speed through until I stop. And okay, 2 items here: Sacrificial Altar, Diplopia. Very important. Diplopia doubles the item pedestals here, and Sacrificial Altar will sacrifice 2 of my little dudes around me for other items. First, what I'm doing is I'm taking a soul converter here, and I'm converting all my black hearts into red hearts. This is for a reason. Some people might be, what's he doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to grab the potato peeler and I'm going to shed away these 2 hearts of me for some stats. When you do a potato peeler too, you gain those red dudes, those super meat boys. Very, very useful. I'm just basically going to use Sacrificial Altar now. I gained 2 different items, a second Maw of the Void, which I don't know if that was necessary to take, and Abaddon. Abaddon is huge. Obviously not as huge now, because of all the items we have. And here's another item after I just rerolled, Blank Card. Now, Blank Card is probably the main culprit in Breaking Isaac runs. You have Yarrow, Blank Card, you have 2 Diamond, Blank Card. Man, like, if you get Blank Card going for you, things are really going to change quick. Speaking of change, I'm going to stop the video here, and we're going to continue next time. Hopefully you're enjoying what I'm doing here. If you have any criticisms or suggestions for how I could do it better, please let me know. And yeah, we'll start off right around here next time. See ya. See you. Bye.